Can you solve the equation? If you can't, it's not a challenge. That is what we'll be going through in this lesson. Welcome to linear equation, general linear equations. So we'll have an example. We'll have to go through the little or simpler examples. Then we'll take it from there bit by bit all the way up to more complex and difficult questions. In example 1, we have to solve for the value of x. Now, just before we start solving, I want to take time to make some things clear. Okay, take note. In this equation, we have the left hand side, and then we'll have the right hand side. On the left hand side, we have a parenthesis, that is a bracket. So we need to be able to simplify that bracket. Therefore, we have to expand the bracket on the left hand side or distribute 4 on the left hand side. So doing that, we're going to have that 4 multiplies this number and 4 also multiplies this number. So let's write that down. So expanding the left hand side, we have that 4 multiplied by 2x, and then we also have minus 4 multiplied by 6 is equal to 16. So from this point, we have that 4 multiplied by 2x gives us 8x, then 4 multiplied by 6 is 24, is equal to 16. From this very point, we can collect like terms or we can add 24 to both sides. Why do we want to add 24 to both sides? Now we have a negative 24. This is why it's essential you go through the previous lessons on linear equations, the one-step linear equation and the two-step linear equation. Since we have a negative 24, for us to get rid of this negative 24, we need to get the inverse of operation. So getting the inverse operation is a positive 24, which means if we can add 24 to this place, we are going to have 0. So doing that, let's add 24 to both sides. So we have 8x minus 24 plus 24 is equal to 16 plus 24. So here we have 8x, then this is 0, cancels out, is equal to 16 plus 24, 40, right? So from this very point, what's the next step? I have to divide both sides by 8. The 8 cancels out, then x is equal to what? 5. Okay, that's 5. So let's solve the next question. To solve for m in this equation, and then on the left hand side, so this is the left hand side and this is the right hand side. On the left hand side, we need to expand. So let's expand the left hand side. That simply means distributing 3. Doing that, we can have 3 multiplied by 2m minus 3 multiplied by 4. Then outside we have plus 9, then equal to 15. At this very point, 3 multiplied by 2m gives us 6m, and then 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. So we have a negative 12 plus 9 is equal to 15. Just before we talk about collecting like terms or adding any value to both sides, let's figure this out. Minus 12 plus 9 is going to give us what? A negative value. So we have 6 minus 3 is equal to 15. Because there are different signs, you have to use the bigger number obviously to subtract. Then, okay, from this point, since we have 3 here, we can add 3 to both sides because we have a negative 3, so we need a positive 3 to get rid of it, so we can have 0. So let's add 3 to both sides. 6m minus 3 plus 3 is equal to 15 plus 3. Remember to add to both sides, very necessary. So we have 6m is equal to 18. So from this very point, we have to divide both sides by 6. 6m over 6 is equal to 18 over 6. The 6 cancel out, and then m is equal to 18 divided by 6 is 3, and that is 3. Therefore, m is equal to 3. For this question, we don't have a bracket, but then we have our variable m on both sides. So from here, let's subtract 2m from both sides so that we can collect like terms, you understand, so I can group them. Is equal to 2m minus 2m plus 10. So 4m minus 2m here gives us 2m, then minus 6 remains. 2m minus 2m is 0, then we'll have just 10. At this very point, since we have negative 6, we'll have to add 6 to both sides. So let's do that. We'll have 2m minus 6. I don't want to write that now. Minus 6 plus 6 is equal to 10 plus 6. So at this very point, we now have 2m is equal to 16, right? So from this point, we can have divide both sides by 2 because 2 is the coefficient. Doing that, we have 2m over 2 is equal to 16 over 2. The 2's can cancel out, and then m is equal to what? 8. Okay, we'll have another question that says negative 3m plus 9 is equal to 6m and then minus 27. Okay, at this very point, I want to add 3m to both sides because I have a bigger m here. And if you went through the lesson on one-step linear equation, discover that where we have our m is not really important as to our process and our answer being correct compared to that. So if we add 3m to both sides, we are going to eliminate m on this left hand side. Okay, so let's do that. We are adding 3m to both sides, so we have negative 3m plus 3m, then plus 9 is equal to 6m plus 3m minus 27. So here we just have 9 is equal to 9m minus 27. So let's add 27 to both sides. Doing that, we have 9 plus 27 is equal to 9m minus 27 plus 27. 27 cancels out here, and then we'll have 27 plus 9 gives us what? 36. So 36 is equal to 9m. So from this point, we divide both sides by 9. 36 over 9 is equal to 9m over 9. 9's here will cancel out, and then we'll have that m is equal to 36 over 9 is what? 4. Okay, this was the first question I asked if you could solve at the beginning of this lesson. So let's go ahead and solve this question. So distributing 2, we have 2 multiplied by x is 2x. I'm just going direct. And then 2 multiplied by negative 5 is negative 10 plus 3x is equal to x plus 18. Since we have 2 here and also 2x here and 3x, let's combine them. So we can add them up to have 5x minus 10 is equal to x plus 18, so that we can have a more organized structure. At this very point, we have an x here, one x. So let's subtract x from both sides. Here we have 4x, because 5x minus x is 4x. So we are subtracting from both sides. Minus 10 is equal to x minus x plus x is 0. And then we just have 18. At this very point, we can now add 10 to both sides. So we have 4x minus 10 plus 10 is equal to 18 plus 10. Minus 10 plus 10 is 0. Then 4x is equal to 28. Divide both sides by 4. We have 4x over 4 is equal to 28 over 4. The 4's cancel out, and x is equal to 7. We've come to the end of this lesson, but then you have something simple to do. Solve for x in the equation and drop your answer in the comment section. Do well to solve this question yourself. And thank you so much for joining us in this lesson. We appreciate your presence. God bless.